Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Kai and today I have an exciting episode for you. We're gonna be talking about why you should be investing into cryptocurrency. I just want to outline reasons why investing into cryptocurrencies is a very smart thing to do and you should get onto it. And no, it's not too late yet. And stick around till the end because I have one more bonus tip you don't want to be missing. Point number one, general market acceptance. Just a couple of years ago, when people started first time talking about Bitcoins and different cryptocurrencies, it was really seen more like this kind of nerdy thing that some geeks are talking about and so on. Not much attention has been given from a serious side. Now, that is really changing in recent times. According to a study from the New York Digital Investment Group, almost 46 million people, that's 13% of the US population, are using cryptocurrency, some form or shape of it, today. That's up from 1% only a couple of years ago. So you can see a huge increase in the general acceptance of cryptocurrency in our society and retail investors, because it's becoming an investment class of its own. And this gives me confidence that this trend is only gonna get bigger in the future. And of course, when you see people like Elon Musk taking over prime TV spots, talking about Dogecoin, who let the Doge out? You know that these things are gonna be here to stay. They're not just a trend, they're not just a fad. The richest man in the world is making cryptocurrency a real thing, and that shows me that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. Point number two, institutions and large cap companies are jumping on board. You may have seen in recent times big companies like Tesla, Square and PayPal are starting to accept payment and transactions in Bitcoin or other currencies. That's a great sign. They wouldn't do so if it became worthless overnight, because again, they are listed companies. So if they are accepting cryptocurrencies to be deposited, that means it's going to hit their balance sheets. So they have to be ultimately financially responsible. So if the cryptocurrency price drops completely, their balance sheets would drop significantly as well, and consequently the stock price. So it's in their own interest to invest into something that they see stability and long-term perspective in it. So even Wall Street is now slowly warming up to Bitcoins and cryptocurrency, because in the past they were never really fans of it, because of course they want to control the stock market. They recently started the S&P Bitcoin index, as well as the S&P Ethereum index and an S&P large cap index, which basically mimics the price development of all those currencies. The retail investors that don't want to hold cryptocurrencies themselves can invest through the stock market to kind of follow the gains of those currencies. So again, it just shows it's here to stay, it's not going to go anywhere. Even Goldman Sachs announced a trading desk, meaning they invest a significant fund to trade cryptocurrencies specifically. Wow, I mean, Goldman Sachs, if they're going crypto, it just confirms that there is no way around it. These companies want to capitalize on the great gains to be made from cryptocurrencies. So if they invest in that, why wouldn't you? So you don't want to miss the train and be stuck only in stocks or worst of all your saving account, when you can actually get the gains from the cryptocurrencies, as it's still at the very early stage with a huge upside potential to be had. Point number three, CBDCs, central backed digital currencies. Now that's really a thing that's coming faster than we thought. China has been very aggressive pushing this agenda forward. They have been working on developing the digital yuan, which allows them to control and oversee any transactions that has been facilitated with the use of the yuan. Last week, in addition to the yuan, also the digital dollar project was confirmed. So that's something where the US Federal Reserve and US institutions are really keen to have an equivalent, so that can seamlessly take over or complement, for the time being, the dollar transactions happening in the world. Moreover, 80% of countries have announced that they are working on similar projects to digitalize their currencies into some sort of cryptocurrency through the control of the government. So unlike Bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies, they are not decentralized, but they're very much centralized. So that's the huge difference to cryptocurrencies that we are talking about and investing at the moment, that they're really controlling the transactions, the flow, the issuing of the money. So while it is in a way competing with cryptocurrencies, I think there is still a strong case that the agenda of digitalizing currency is the way forward. Now it may be a digital yuan, it may be a digital euro or dollar, whatever it may be, but I think they will still work in the ecosystem of cryptocurrencies. So you may be holding various different currencies, and I think it's the same of stocks. You're not just gonna buy one stock of one company, but you wanna own a portfolio of stocks. The same with currencies. There's forex dealers of people holding different currencies from around the world. So why would you only hold governmentally backed currency when you can have on top of this that works in parallel cryptocurrencies that are decentralized? And I think that's the power of it. And I do think they're going to be competing directly with those governmentally issued currencies. And I feel very strong about both of them, and I'm confident they can exist in parallel. And point number 4, crypto trading is just fun. Let's be honest. Don't you enjoy reading in the news about the latest movement, the excitement, the new coin that's being issued, the memes, the different elements, the fundamental elements? I think all these things coming together are really exciting world to be in. And you don't want to be missing the train and only catch up to it. Because as I said, right now you're definitely not too late. We're still only at the early stage of cryptocurrencies. So you don't want to be looking back 10 years later and said, if only I had. Because let's be honest, right now, most people, retail investors, they either invest in stocks or in cryptocurrencies. They were looking at the numbers of investments made to big time crypto exchanges like Kraken, Coinbase, Binance, etc. There was around 100 billion, which is still a staggering number, of money exchanged and invested into cryptocurrencies in April 2020. Now, only a year later, that number has skyrocketed to $1.7 trillion, which is mind-boggling. And that just shows crypto is taking away money from the more traditional investment routes like stocks, bonds, saving accounts, because people have this FOMO, right? You don't want to be missing out of the gains that you can make in the crypto space. Fun fact, most recently there was one of the managing directors of Goldman Sachs. They are having salaries in the millions per year, right? With their bonus included. So they are living very well. And he even quit after he became a multi-millionaire through Dogecoin investment. So can you imagine? I mean, even those people in solid positions are looking at investments into crypto because the gains are just incredible. And lastly, as a bonus tip, as I said in the beginning, let's talk about the upside potential, the gains. Here we can see the stock price increase year on year over the last couple of years, which is solid and is a great investment. And I still love stocks. I absolutely want to be in stocks invested because I do believe in the long-term growth of economies and certain companies that I truly believe in. But if we contrast to this number over here in the crypto space, that's been within a matter of years a huge momentum and a huge gain, which is just not feasible in the stock market. And especially the established coins of Bitcoin, Ethereum and other big large cap coins, and then contrast them with the altcoins, the alternative coins that are not so strong yet. They have the opportunity of 10, 20, 100, 1000x in some examples. So your upside potential, especially with smaller money invested, is so much more promising, and you can quicker build up a portfolio that later on allows you to invest into more established companies from the stock market where you have more stability and grow year over year. For the long term, I can only see a huge growth potential. But don't throw all your eggs in one basket. Put the money you can afford to lose. So when you read the news of dropping stocks or dropping currencies, you're not freaking out. You hold on or hold. As I always say, be a long-term investor. Invest small amounts regularly over time and you will be off to the races. So in conclusion, as you can see, I love cryptocurrency. I do believe it's the future. It gives me confidence that large institutions, companies, governments are all working towards developing their own solution, already accepting payments in cryptocurrencies. It's in the media, it's generally accepted. So it's no longer a very niche, very nerdy thing, but rather an investment class, an investment asset in itself, where a huge amount of money are being pumped into. So that just makes it too big to fail. It's not going to disappear overnight. There will be less volatility than maybe in the past. So again, with this, I have full confidence and I recommend you to get started today. If you are interested, check out my link below in the description to get free Bitcoins starting today using Coinbase, which is my trusted source of buying cryptocurrencies online. With this, guys, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know below in the comments what cryptocurrencies you're holding or planning to invest in. Alright guys, stay awesome, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao.